Well, hello again. Today I'll be doing comments on a game I've already played instead of streaming it as I go along, since I kind of forgot. And the game turned out to be interesting toward the end, at least had a fun moment towards the end. So right now my initial play is to get rid of all this expensive cards, since what I want now are cards to control any early aggro that might come. And for that, all these four cards are good. So he just goes coin and a snow chugger. This basically indicates to me that he has a fast deck, aggro-ish deck, probably, almost surely a mech mage deck. A typical mistake some players do is just go face instead of trading, even when they have aggro decks, which he does do. He goes face instead of destroying my totem, and I get to punish him for it by destroying both of his snow chuggers. So right now I have the advantage of having a lava shock that can do 3 damage. I'm hoping he doesn't have anything with charge. Drops in the mana worm. So my thought is to get rid of the mana worms, since it can grow in size really fast. I'm not too worried about the Neutron, since he only does 1 damage per turn. And I can practically negate that with my Earthen Ring Farseers. His hand is starting to dwindle, though he still has 4 cards left. But I'm hoping to play next turn the Earth Elemental. Yeah, he gets another card, actually. Two more cards, but since one of them is taking the place of the Arcane Intellect, technically he has 1 more card in his hand. So I drop the Earth Elemental. If he has a Fireball, he can't attack me. If he has a Sheep, he can't ping it, so I get to use my Sheep to destroy his Anniatron. Instead he plays an Unstable Portal and gets some good value from it by dropping a Shield Maiden. If I recall correctly, I think it's a Shield Maiden. Yeah, precisely. So right now I get the second hex and I use it immediately because mech mage decks are usually don't have too big of a creature. So I'm pretty confident that the Shield Maiden is probably the toughest creature I'll see the whole game, or if not one of them. So he does indeed go with the Fireball and pings it for 1 damage. I'm not too worried right now, since what I want is stay afloat. This deck is mostly oriented for the end game, so as long as I get to the end game, I have a better chance of winning. I'm just going to drop the Farseer to get to life. Not that I needed it, but I want the board presence. This will probably force him to use a Frostbolt or something on my Farseer. I'm really not worried right now, because most of what he's going to drop I can clear next turn with the Lightning Storm. And I admit, I could have waited. I could wait 1 more turn before dropping the Lightning Storm. But since I have the Zap-O-Matic, I'm just going to play it and play a totem. Usually the Zap-O-Matic isn't here so much as a way to deal damage, but he serves almost as a taunt creature because it forces the opponent to do something against it. So he's probably just going to play a Frostbolt or something on it. Could Flame Strike, but that would just be trading one card for one, even though it did destroy my totems. Yeah, he goes for the Frostbolt. This time he doesn't get so lucky with the portal. That's one of the downsides of using the portal. It can be good, but it can be subpar. Not worried right now. I get a Vitality Totem, which means I can bump my life a bit more, so I'm not too worried about dropping anything on the board just yet. Since most of his damage I can negate in one turn. The Vitality Totem just got exponentially better in value, as I'm thinking he either has a counter spell, which I test immediately just to get rid of his creatures, and since that's not it, I'm getting it. He has the Mirror Entity, so I just decide to wait another turn and see how it pans out. But I'm just hoping to use the Vitality Totem to force a creature out of his Mirror Entity. It won't do anything to him since he's already at full health, and that will allow me to play a bigger creature right afterwards, like the third elemental. So I drop my totem, Mirror Entity procs. He gets a 0/3 creature that does nothing for him, and I get a nice little elemental. I'm guessing he has a sheep right now, so maybe, yep, he does have the sheep. Annoying as it may be, I'm starting to get a bit of card advantage. At this point, I'm guessing he has another Mirror Entity. And we're both at full life, and he has only 2 cards left in his hand. So I just pass the turn. I just need another decent creature to come up, so I can play them both. He does get a little back from the card advantage war he was losing. And I do have 2 reincarnates that might be good in the future, but at the moment are pretty useless to me. So the way I'm seeing it, I'm going to play Faceless Manipulator, copy the Shredder, and destroy one of the Shredders and hex the other one. Hopefully the idea here is for him to, even if he does get a good creature, which he does not, just have my own creature from the Shredder when he destroys it, since I'm guessing a Flame Strike here, for it to be on the same level, so I don't lose value from any of it. But I don't think he does have he doesn't have a Flame Strike, so he's forced to use his Flame Cannon, which have the odds in my favor, as it does nothing. So now he plays... what does he play? Absolutely nothing. The way I think he had something to destroy my creature. Probably not a Frostbolt, so maybe a Fireball. And I'm going to test that theory by dropping Taurisian. Even if he does Flame Strike me now, he still has to deal with the creature from the Shredder. So I go for it. I'm aware that Taurisian could have been spent a little later when I had more cards in my hand, but since I'm already at 10 mana, All I need is the reincarnates to be cheaper. Any combo that I might have, I can do with the reincarnates at 1 mana. Sludge Belcher, which is good. I just trade this one in to his 5/4. Not a bad card that I get from it, but at the moment it's not anything special. It's not a card that will make or break the game for me. Now comes the Flame Strike maybe? No, still not yet. At the moment he only has one card left in his hand. Well, technically so do I. The Earthen Ring Farseer is not going to... so now I have Chromaggus in my hand. So this is an obvious play. If he has a sheep, I'm guessing you would have used it on the Belcher already. And now if he has a Flame Strike, which I'm beginning to believe he'll like draw on this turn, even if he does Flame Strike, which is the worst case scenario, he can't get rid of Chromaggus just yet. And he doesn't. So, since he does not have the Flame Strike, I'm starting even to believe if he has any Flame Strikes in his deck. So now I'm starting to have massive card advantage. So my obvious move is to get rid of all of his creatures. And I drop a Farseer and get rid of his healing totem. Yeah, this is the time where a person starts to believe, okay, now comes the blasted Flame Strike. Typical. And it did. Indeed, it does come now. When I can't say I'm surprised with this one, but I was expecting it from the get-go, so all I need is Chromaggus now, because I could even reincarnate it to get more life, but basically this is the move that makes me win the game. I'm not even worried about attacking his Mech Warper now, and just the game is won from this point on, since I have 3 Chromaggus. He could hex one of them, he could do whatever he wanted. There is no way he can stop me now. He'll probably just destroy my whirling Zap-O-Matic. And he can't do anything against the Chromagguses. So right now I'm going to start having massive card advantage without actually drawing from my deck. And as you can see, 4 Stalags. I'm not even sure what to drop at this point, so I'm just going to start dropping cards like a madman. At this point, no matter what he do, the game is won for me. He still drops... I don't remember what he drops now. Still does a sheep, but... yeah, he can't stop one of the Stalags. But how will he deal with all of them? And I have 4 more Lightning Storms. So I'm pretty unstoppable at this point. Yeah. And I just go for face and kill him. Fun game. Hope to see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed this.